Hi boys and girls, I'm going to go over the comparing with ER and EST lesson in your English workbook. This is on pages 239 and 240. This lesson is going to be a whole lot easier than previous lessons in this chapter. So I'm going to go ahead and begin with reading this box right here. You're welcome to follow along. It says adjectives can be used to compare two or more nouns or pronouns. Adverbs can be used to compare two or more actions. Short adjectives and adverbs add ER and EST to compare two or more nouns and actions. So I highlighted that and put a star next to that because this is what this lesson is all about, is when you are comparing two or more nouns or actions, making sure that you add either the ER or EST ending to the adverb or adjective. So I give you an example sentence and it says whirlwinds are small spinning air columns. Now nothing in that sentence is being compared, so you don't do anything with the word small. You leave it as is. The next sentence says the sky was redder today than yesterday. Then it notes two different skies are being compared. Today's sky is compared to yesterday's sky, and therefore that's why you change the adjective red to redder. You add ER. Now the next sentence says, this sandstorm moved the fastest of all storms during the month of May. Fastest is an adverb that describes how fast the sandstorm moved compared to all the other sandstorms during the month of May. Therefore, you're going to add EST to that end of that adverb. It says the spelling of some adjectives changes when adding ER or EST. The spelling of most adverbs does not change. When an adjective ends in a consonant plus the letter Y, change the Y to I and add ER or EST. So I'm going to highlight that. There you go. For example, that whirlwind was dustier today than the one on Monday. So this word is dusty, but we're comparing, so therefore we had to drop the Y in dusty and add IER. The next comment says, when an adjective ends in E, drop the E and add ER or EST. For example, a tornado wind picks up larger items than a gustnado. I've never heard of one of those. I'm sorry, I got distracted there. A tornado wind picks up larger items than a gustnado does. So therefore, you're in the word large, you're dropping the E, you're adding ER. It goes on to say, when an adjective has only one vowel and ends in a consonant, double the final consonant before adding ER or EST. For example, we saw the heat whirlwind on the hottest day of the week. Now, with the word hot, since we're comparing, you have to double the T's and then add EST to the end of that. All right, so guided practice. It says write ER and EST forms of the following adjectives. So for strange, we're gonna change that to stranger. So we're gonna drop the E and add ER. And then for strangest, you'll do the same thing, except that you're dropping the E and you're adding EST. For number 2, for the word wet, for wetter, we're going to have to double the T and then add ER, wetter. And we'll do the same thing with est, but we're going to add EST at the end instead. So wettest. For cold, all we're doing is adding ER to make it colder. And then coldest. And that's it for that part. I did notice that there's something similar to this on independent practice, and I'll go over that with you. Next part says, underline the correct adjective or adverb. So number 4 says, land spouts are stronger or strongest than gustnadoes. What you can do is practice saying the sentence with both forms, and usually the one that makes the most sense is the correct one. Land spouts are stronger than gustnadoes. Land spouts are strongest than gustnadoes. Since we're only comparing those two, the word is stronger. Land spouts are stronger than gustnadoes. Number 5, today the skies were the redder during the afternoon, or today the skies were the reddest during the afternoon. If you listen to how I said those sentences, reddest made the most sense. Number 6, the air was clearer today than it was yesterday, or the air was clearest today than it was yesterday. Since you're comparing the 2 days, the answer is clearer. All right, number 7, whirlwinds throw sand higher than normal winds, or whirlwinds throw sand highest than normal winds. Then we're comparing 2 again, so it's higher. And number 8, the whirlwinds came earlier than the storm, or the whirlwinds came earliest than the storm. And once again, it's earlier. Like I said, when you're doing your independent practice, read the sentence, use both forms, and then usually you can catch which one is the correct answer. All right. Oops. Let me move my camera. All right, for the top part, it's just like what we did earlier, except that you're using these 3 words and you're changing them to ER and EST. So you want to change the endings and make it heavier, heaviest. Now I'm going to tell you, look carefully, heavy ends with a Y, so think about what you have to do with that Y before you add those endings. The next one, number 2, is large. So you want larger, largest. And then hotter and hottest. Then 4 through 9, you're going to read through the sentences, underline the correct adjective or adverb in the sentence. 10 through 14, that's something we did not practice with the guided practice. So I'll do the first one for you. It says, write the correct adjective or adverb form. It is, and they have the word in parentheses in blue, safe, indoors, then outdoors during a sandstorm. Since you're comparing indoors and outdoors, we're going to change safe to safer, because safest wouldn't make sense. It is safer indoors than outdoors during a sandstorm. All right, then you're going to continue and do the same thing for 11 through 14. And the imply and write, don't worry about that. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to ask me any questions. I'd be more than happy to help you. I know English can be a little bit tricky, especially doing it on the internet.